Deloitte's community investment is fantastic.
It's phenomenal.
Impactful.
Honest.
Fulfilling.
Inspirational.
Groundbreaking.
Rewarding.
Emotive.
Deloitte should get involved in the community because we are very much part of the community. But more than that, we've got a lot of people that with lots of exceptional talents that can make a real difference in the community itself.
I think we look at our contribution within society as more about just profit. It's about people, it's about the planet, it's about kind of giving back in a very wide sense.
We're not just easing our conscience by giving money, we're making a difference.
Volleyball's a great game, but sitting volleyball, because the net's lower, the court's smaller, it's such a fast game.
Our long-term ambition is to have an environment in which anybody who wants to play sport at any level can make that informed choice, and that's clearly what ourselves and Parasport have been working towards.
I'd never played volleyball before in any form, even when I had my legs, and to then come into it, quite quickly in the GB squad's quite strange. But I think once you get into it, you do get passionate quite quickly.
The investment that Deloitte have made in disability sport has been absolutely exemplary. Getting under the surface of the issues in disability sport in the way that they have has enabled them to make a really focused and targeted investment rather than just a charitable donation, which, as we know, too often doesn't lead to significant sustained change. TAS funding has been a hugely important and influential part of the funding pipeline for talented athletes, and that's allowed a lot of athletes to be able to pursue their careers and to pursue the sport that they love at a high level.
Personally, it's brilliant. Anything that can make me fitter, stronger, better athlete, more able to compete, welcome with open arms. It's hard enough to find time to train without having to find places to train, and when somebody else organises it for you, pays for it, it's fantastic.
Working with some extraordinarily talented people who are able to give us advice on how we operate, how we work, I think is hugely important. And hopefully it will mean that we continue to turn out Paralympic teams at the top of the medal table for years to come.
The college was invited to apply to become a Deloitte Employability Centre, and we felt it was a good opportunity for us to engage with a corporate organisation.
You're going to be interviewing these two candidates.
It's a very productive relationship, so they haven't just said, it's not like a franchise, go do. They're very hands-on, and they send quite a few volunteers onto the programme to speak to the students.
First impressions being vitally important.
Before I started the course, before I had done the course, I didn't really care too much for applying for a job because I didn't feel like I had that much support and I didn't feel confident.
Who did we get for the senior position?
It's all about experiential learning, so you're not just teaching them what an employer wants, what is good timekeeping, what is good teamwork. They're actually applying the skills as they're learning them, applying them to activities, so the classroom actually becomes a work situation.
In the past 2 or 3 years, I've actually achieved a lot, more than I would have ever imagined that I'd achieve, especially leaving school with not that great GCSEs and starting at a lower level than my peers. It kind of makes me more confident about my future, about securing what I want.
What we're doing is developing very confident young people that can face any challenge, any scenario, and they're not fazed by new situations, and they can talk to people at all levels of an organisation, which is pretty impressive.
Help for Heroes is about providing direct, practical support to the wounded soldiers. Set off with a challenge of ordinary people trying to raise money, a target initially of £10,000, and to date we're over £87 million, which is absolutely fantastic.
It is easy to stand up and say we want to help servicemen. It is more difficult to ensure that the way we help them is the right way, and that's where Deloitte comes in.
From the start, with Help for Heroes, we wanted to do something different. It's easy, and I say that lightly, but it's easy to just give them money. What we wanted to do was to do much more with Help for Heroes. So we've engaged them and we've worked out what really was important for them.
We were almost at that sort of tipping point where we were running around like headless chickens almost. And so the real support that we needed, I think, on that day one from Deloitte was to say, how can we help you in your next stage of growth?
We have helped them with their finance function, their IT, their organisation structure, their governance, and it continues. So the reason we believe it's sustainable is because what we're setting out to do is to help them become a robust professional organisation.
The experience with Deloitte has been completely different from everybody else that we've experienced in the last 3 years, and so much more integral. And so now, literally, Deloitte is part of the team.
This is the best job I've ever had, and knowing that you've got at your fingertips the ability to make a real difference to somebody's life is absolutely fantastic.
Deloitte has so many opportunities that you can get involved in, whether it's volunteering, fundraising, or whether you're just contributing to other people.
I did the Kilimanjaro challenge last year, made it to the top, which was great.
The element of fun and enjoying what you're doing helps a long way.
What I get most out of it is actually seeing the difference it makes to the young people that we're working with.
It's really rewarding to see them grow and to help them realise their potential.
There's things that I'm learning on community investment that then I'm taking back and using within my day-to-day work.
I'm incredibly proud of working for a firm like Deloitte that actually gives something back to the community. They've got so much energy, so much enthusiasm and so much drive, and their support is amazing.
The more I learn about their investment in the community, the more amazed I am at just how much they do put back into the community. It's on so many different levels, it really is staggering.
It makes a huge difference. It's not just about being nice, although we try to be that as well.